Now, when you talk about the armor, which is the number two thing Jonathan gave to David, that is, Jonathan gave to, the people of Israel through David. The armor is the metal coverings formerly worn to protect the body. As you know, in battles, it symbolizes, it defines honor, it defines merit. It's all about credit for all the battles won. It symbolizes tremendous military victory. It symbolizes your military uniform. It means insignia. That is the armor. The sword is the third thing Jonathan gave as a sacrifice, selflessly, to salvage the nation of Israel through David. It is a weapon with a long metal blade, and it's, of course, when you talk about the sword, you talk about it with a hand sword, a hand guard, used for thrusting or striking, and now typically worn as a part of ceremonial dress also, to decorate your sovereignty. In this revelation, it defines and symbolizes defense. It talks about military might and power and self-defense. When you have yours, of course, you know what the sword stands for. When you have it, you have some height of power to fight through. Number 4 is the bow. The bow is a weapon for shooting arrows, typically made of a core piece of wood joined, both ends by, a taut string. Of course, it symbolizes prized possession. It symbolizes your most cherished for battles. Jonathan sacrificed a whole lot for the nation of Israel. Mr. President, like Jonathan in the scriptures, this broadcast is calling on you to die the deaths of class status. The death you are going to die for Nigeria and the selfless service you're going to render to Nigeria is not the natural death. It is the death to class status and elitist alliance and the orientation of Saul and his evil mechanism. I want to encourage you at this point, instead of belonging to the cabals against the will of God for Nigeria. Mr. President, Jonathan in the Bible chose to pitch his destiny with the people through David and gave his life for it. And today, late Nelson Mandela lives and will live forever as a hero of same principle of democratic leadership example. Mr. President, you must be courageous to do and give to this great nation all that Jonathan gave to David to serve the nation of Israel. I make bold to call you, Mr. President. Jonathan did all of that out of love and out of unparalleled compassion and selfless will, only to please the Almighty God in order to fulfill eternal will. Mr. President, you must continue to be bold. You must continue to be strong and to be courageous. As a matter of truth, Mr. President, you must be very courageous to transform Nigeria and rescue this nation from the bad luck of wastage and the manipulations. You must learn to sacrifice your comfort for the prosperity and posterity of this great nation. Thereby, your name will be written in the hallmark of fame for this nation. Illustrating all that Jonathan gave to the nation of Israel, the robe. Mr. President, this is what God is expecting of you in furtherance to this timely truth. The robe, as given of God to Nigeria, which is what your name symbolizes, Mr. President, you must use your robe as crown for leadership. You must also use your throne as the President of the Federal Republic of this great nation to beautify and better the life of the people of this great nation. Number 2, the armor, which is the garment. Use your garment, Mr. President, as your symbol of honor, excellence, merit, and credit to bring joy, victory, and happiness to the people of this great nation. God is counting on you, Mr. President. At this point in time, Nigeria is writing her own scripts. God is watching. God is counting on you, Mr. President. Just as he positioned Jonathan to bring pride and power to the nation of Israel, God is depending on you. Don't relent. Don't give up. Number 3, the sword. Mr. President, if you can remember, and I want to ask you, don't forget, it was for a time such as this that the Church of God at the House on the Rock handed a symbolic staff of power and victory to you so as to bring defense and security to the nation of Nigeria. A sword was handed over to you. Keep at it. The sword given to you and the sword of the Almighty God is his word. It shall bring victory to the people of this great nation. Then the bow symbolizes your prized possession, that which you cherish so much. Since God chose you to lead Nigeria at this critical moment, Mr. President, I don't think there is anything too big to give or too precious that you cannot give to salvage Nigeria as a nation. Once again, God is depending on you. God is counting on you, Mr. President. And lastly, the Gidu symbolizes the battle bed for support, which is the strength of battle